Single knit, jersey knit, that knit out of which t-shirts are made, the lighter weight knits, has a wonderful, although kind of obnoxious, sometimes characteristic, and that is that its edges can curl. But the fact that the edges can curl really gives you a wonderful trim. Let me show you what I've figured out about rolled trims. So here's some nitty-gritty about jersey strips. Crosswise, lengthwise, pulled, not pulled. I wrote an article for Sewn News, but just quickly here in this video, I found that you cannot across the board say that lengthwise grain on a jersey knit curls to the right side or the wrong side, or crosswise grain curls to the right side or the wrong side. Because, number one, a lot of people have trouble on a solid jersey fabric determining which is the right side and which is the wrong side in the first place. And further than that, in all of my experimentation in order to write the article, I figured out that a lot of the printed jersey knits have actually been printed on the wrong side of the fabric. Let me show you what I mean. So here's a fabric, and here's the selvage. So this is lengthwise grain, and this is crosswise grain. So if I pull this, do you see that it curls to the wrong side? But the deal is, it doesn't really matter which is right, which is wrong. I want that curl to be curling in, and this is actually going to be the upper part when I actually sew this onto my garment, because I'm not going to see this back side of the fabric. Instead, what I'm going to see is the printed side of the fabric as it curls. Does that make sense? Sometimes it's lengthwise, sometimes it's crosswise. Let's look at another one. As I pull on the lengthwise grain, see again, it's curling to the wrong side, but that's what I want because I want to see the print on that strip as I cut it. And I generally cut my strips about 3/4 of an inch wide because that takes some width to actually curl. Once you've cut your strip, and here's lengthwise grain cut of a jersey knit, and when I say a jersey knit, it means it's a single knit. It means that it's the same kind of knit as you would find on a t-shirt. You have to pull it in order to make it curl. So do you pull it before you stitch it on, or do you pull it as you stitch it on? And I can tell you for sure that you pull it first and then you stitch it on. But do you see all of those are puckered because I was pulling it as I was stitching it. Take the same fabrics and you pull them before you stitch them on, and then you don't have the puckered base. Curled strips, jersey knit fabric, make a great dimensional type trim. You can stack them as I've done on this piece, or you can just have single rows as I've done on this one. You can use scraps of your t-shirt that you've refashioned into something even greater. You see I've got the aqua on top of the green, and both of those totally finish the neckline of this upcycled t-shirt. So have fun with curled jersey knit